Hi everybody, this is Stephanie Pettis in the Roll-In Studio. Welcome and hello. Trying to keep up with work and my other channel, Let's Talk. So if you haven't subscribed to that, please go ahead and do that. We're reading a book called Destroying Fear. I thought it was appropriate for the COVID-19 pandemic that's going on, which again I kind of also equate that with fear pandemic. So I think that'll be a good read. So Let's Talk, it should be in the description box below, or I'll leave a link up here and you can check that out. But I have been working on a series, as you guys know, and if you're following me, of the Dollar Tree domes, the little gemstones, this clear little gemstones. And there's videos out there now that I have made for different backings. I have more that I'm going to do, but I don't know when I'll get to those videos, because now I've got so many right now. I need to go ahead and start. I wasn't planning to start putting these in embellishments or jewelry yet, but I've had a few people tell me, go for it, do it, we want to see it. So I decided to go ahead and do a little couple of things that would show you how I'm using these. And there is definitely more ways that I plan to show you. These are just some experimentals, and I thought I'd go ahead and bring them to you. So let me first explain. Let me just move these little jewels aside, because I'll get to those in a minute. I want to talk about these little tags. These little tags are super cute and super fun, and I have used the domes with them already, and I'm loving them. I have a video that shows how I did the rust, and this washer right here actually is a rusty washer, but I added a little bit of my own rust paste to them and patina to it as well, which everybody knows that rust doesn't get the patina per se, but you know, in a fantasy world, that's what we do in crafting, so it looks prettier with the blues and the greens. So that's why I did it. They're beautiful though, aren't they? And let me just explain these tags. So the first one that I did was this rust one, and I am going to zoom in. I recently just added this little rose, so I got to be careful, it's still a little wet. But I took one of my domes that were, I did a foil back, and I do cover those with paper once I use them. That's what I did. I think I did that with this one. But I wanted to secure the back to seal it. And this is one of the pieces you'll see in the video previous when I was making these, that there's actually a rust video on foil that I did, and that's what this one is. So I just kind of wanted to show you that. But also my friend Vicky Garisto on YouTube, she's a crochet artist, she's an elegant artist. I just did a video also of some friend mail, and in that friend mail she sent me these laminate tags, sample tags, and they looked like they might have been on a hook ring at one point. And you know, since she sent me that, I had her stuff out. I said, you know what, I wanted to do some tags anyway with my domes, my gemstones, so why not these? Because they're thick and they're hard. I was gonna do them on paper, and I still will do it on a regular paper tag, but I'll probably double them or something just to give them a little more sturdiness, because I really like the sturdiness of these. So Vicky, if you're watching, you wanted to see how I was going to incorporate, I told you I had an idea for these tags. Well, I'm fixing to show you what they are. So on the back it has, you know, who it's by, and it's, you know, got the little stickers on it and the lot numbers. That's not important to me, but I loved the fact that these were already beautiful colors on the back, these laminates, so I decided to keep it. And so therefore the laminate has been unscathed on these, and I thought, why ruin a beautiful backing when you already have it, and just incorporate the rest of it. Oh, see, I lost a stone. Okay, I didn't glue that in. I forgot to glue that in. I just have the sticky on it. So I'll glue that in a minute. Okay, it's a little green stone. Let me just zoom in on this. But that's what it is. It is one of these beautiful laminate tags. And I thought, you know, this is kind of that rusty look. And that's what gave me the idea to go with this one for the rust. And I thought, you know, I want to keep it elegant as well. So I'm calling it Elegant Rust. Or Rusty Elegance. That's what it was. Rusty Elegance. And, you know, this is a tag that, oh, by the way, this right here is this. I've never had Sari silk before. Never had it. And Vicky was kind enough to send me some of that. So I was excited to use it on my little tag here. And she also gave me these little pearls. So Vicky, what I was doing was going through some of my stuff, and these little elements are all yours. These are her little crochet doilies and flowers, and this is her bling. That's just a little flat back pearls, some flat back pearls, my rusty stuff. This right here, this little fuzzy fibers came from her, and the bling and the pearls. So this is just a little rolled rose I got, I think, from Walmart. And I did some wire. I wire wrap, so I thought I would incorporate some wire and hold this gem in. It's glued on anyway, but I thought I would use the wire just as a little metal element to go along with the rust. And this is an antique brass that I used. So I love it. Don't you love it? Now this little green sticker stone actually goes right here, but I never glued it, so my bad. It came off because I never glued it. I set it on there and forgot about it. So I must go back and glue that because it goes in the center. It goes in the center like that. So I got to remember to glue that. And the same thing with this one. So it had a beautiful backing. There was no sense in covering that. And she also sent me, now I've got some of this, I think they call this embroidery floss. I don't really know the names of stuff, but I think that's what it's called. I mean, I have some myself, but I like the fact that these were, you know, multicolored, and she gave me several of them. Asked me if I could use them. I'm like, shoot, yeah, because I plan to do another project in the future with the ones that I have, but mine are all solids. So I said, you know what? I needed some little tassely dangles, so I used it. I used it for the tag. So why not use what you have? And I had her kit opened that she sent me. This was her Snipet kit that she sent me. And if you haven't seen that, I'll try to put it at the end of this video of her Snipet kit. And make sure you go and watch that. And also watch my video because it shows you what she sent me in the Snipet kit. So I don't know if you want to call this a design team Vicky project, because I used the majority of the stuff I used was from your Snipet kit. So I guess, yeah, I mean, I guess it's, I wouldn't call it, you have not, I shouldn't have said DT, but I'm just saying that this was, she does have a kit, and if you're interested in it, check her out. But I used her elements. And she gave me these little AB finish back, flat back pearls, and I had this one myself. And then she gave me these little fibers here, and this one was the foiled fiber that looked like metal. So what I did also is, since it was wood and I didn't paint it like I painted the rust one, I thought, if you'll go back and watch my video, I matched some of these domes with paper. Let me back this up. And so this is my metallic paints from Folk Art or Deco Arts. I can't remember which one. Now you have to watch the video. It's in the video. But this is the metallic paint paper. It's just the regular copy paper. And so I just I just glued it on. I glued this this laminate tag on top. and let that be the paper on the backing. So it's actually got the little metal finish. You can see that metallic, and it goes with the metal metallic foil dome. Let me show you one. I've got all these. Look at that. This is just one of many. This is just one of many. So some of them I have done a gold paint pen, and then I took some of this paper, put it on the back, and then I finished it off with a little bit of glitter nail polish to match with it as well. So I mean, that's just what I did, but this is one of them. Let me zoom in. Isn't that beautiful? They make beautiful little gems, and it made a beautiful little tag. Don't you love it? I love it. And I kept this naturally the way it was. So with her fibers and floss and her doilies and her AB pearls and her fibers here and another rolled rose here, and then I took my little leftover fibers. I don't know if you can see that. This little string's over top of it, which it really shouldn't. It's a little loose. And I just used what was left, and I just circled it around and just threw more fibers, and then I put a little gemstone in there. And just, it's kind of monochromatic, but I love that. I am very monochromatic, by the way. You might not know that about me, but I am. Maybe not so much in my work, but I really kind of am. I love solids, so monochromatic works for me. So I love it, and I'm thinking I'm going to do another one tonight since I've got the stuff out. Might as well. But let me show you the wire wrapped gems. I was tired, and I just kind of wanted to play with it a little bit, and I kind of did a little hammer job on this silver plated wire here. This one here is an 18 gauge little cage, and then I used some 26 gauge just to help hold it in. And I hadn't wire wrapped in a while, so it took me a minute to get into the groove, but you know, other than that, they're still pretty cute. And I backed this on some leftover copy paper that I had with some bad printing, but you know, it's not the best for this particular cabochon, but it kind of matches the colors, right? The blue and the green. But I also finished it with a little bit of clear nail polish just to give it a smoothness on the back. And then I did, this one was the second one that I did, and I explored a little bit more with a little bit of a different design. And I do, these are my designs, so I mean, they're just kind of freestyle wire wrapping. It's nothing major, it's just something I threw together. And again, I actually did the side of this with a light powder blue nail polish around it, and then I did some of the foil paper to match that on the back. I won't pull it out, but it's that color, but it was the paper that I did. So we got the foil dome and the paper back, and then I did a little nail polish on the back of it too. And then this one was the third one, and I thought, oh, let's get a little more creative, and I just kind of went free-flowing on some of this, and it's a metallic dome, and I did some swirls. This one's got 2 swirlies on it, and it's also got the ability to attach a dangle, which I plan to do. There will be a dangle from here. And again, I did a little polish with nail polish to go with the metal gold, the gold glitter, and I did the sides up a little bit, but a little sloppy, but I was just test phase. These are my test phases. Test phases. These are my test phase pieces. And then this one was probably a little more simple yet intricate because I created a cage around it, and it also has the color shift. This one was the color shift back paint paper, and then I did add the clear nail polish over it. I forgot to put the silver around the side, so it is what it is. I may do it, try to go over and around it, but it's so beautiful. This one is the color shift foil, over the foil. So I think they turned out super cool. They're really pretty, and this is just the beginning of using, you know, an out-of-the-box style thinking, because that's what I do, out of the box. I used what I had in front of me because I don't have time to dig things out. I don't plan, I just do things. And this is a perfect example because I had Vicky's kit out, I had my domes, and I said, you know what, Abril Martinez from YouTube and Facebook also encouraged me to go back and do some jewelry. She saw a video on my Facebook that I did like 4 years ago of a bangle. It was a summer series bangle. It is beautiful, but I haven't been doing jewelry in quite some time, and I'm a little rusty. But she's like, do some jewelry, do some jewelry. I'm like, okay, I'll try. I'll try to bust some out. And this was just, you know, again, warming up, but I'll get there. But these are not the only way I want to use these. I've got a couple of other ideas into not only making them into embellishments, but, you know, encasing them not only as embellishments, but also as in jewelry. So stay tuned for that. That will not be in this video. But I thought tonight, since I did the metals and the foils and all that, and the color shifts, that tonight I would go ahead and do one in one of my more shabby chic style or vintagey style ones. And I got a couple of these that are stuck, because remember, I did them when they were wet. So don't do them when they're wet, you know, let them dry. I didn't let mine dry. But there's some super cool ones. There's some script writing. I might do something like a butterfly or the flower. I don't know. I'm thinking maybe the clock. The clock's kind of cool. Maybe we'll do a clock. Or a rose or something. Something that's not of the metal and metallics that I have. We'll do these in the paper. And boy, did I make a mistake in not letting those dry. I've got a couple of them I just ruined. They were stuck together. Look, I tore it. So make sure your stuff's dry. Don't be like me and be in a hurry. But you know what? That's okay. It's not too bad. I could probably fix that. You know, I don't waste nothing. I can fix it. I can fix it. So I think I'm going to pull something out of this particular box. There's a spoon. And use one of these. But I'm leaning to the clock. I am leaning to the clock. Or the keys here. Choices. Well, I'll decide what I'm going to use, and I'll be back. Okay, I think I've chosen one of the clocks on the wood style, the little pine wood. That's what it looks like to me, just like some oak wood or pine wood. I don't know. Let's see what it says. What does it say? Oh, I was way off. Fusion maple. I was way off. So I think this is the tag that I'm going to work on, and I'm going to put it in fast forward, or I don't know, I may not, but I don't want this video so long that it takes forever to upload. So if I do, that's why I did it. Okay, and I am going to use what I have in front of me, which is yet again Miss Vicky Garisto's kit with her doilies and whatnot, but this one is a clock, so I don't know what I'll be using. I may not be using doilies with the clock, but I don't know. We'll see how this goes. I'll be back. I've got my idea flowing in my head. I was just grabbing for paints that I had nearby. I decided I was going to paint it. This one here is a pearl white from the Folk Art brand. It's a metallic pearl white. And I thought I would include this themed. It just kind of went with my mind, totally out of the box. The sands of time came to my mind. The sands of time. And let me just show you. Hopefully it'll come out what is in my head. where I'm at so far. Sands of Time. I think it's pretty cool. I actually have some baby starfish, and I don't remember where I put them, but eventually I'll add it to it if I can find them, and maybe. And I do have some baby conch shells too, so excuse me. I think it's super cute, the theme, and I chose, excuse me, to go with the clear gel tacky glue, which I should have done in the beginning, because that, I don't know how well that white will fade clear on how thick it is, but I thought it was super cool to cover it up and make it look like water, and I love it. I love it. Is that not the cutest, coolest? Now granted, I did not end up using anything from Vicky's stuff, however I did use her tag, so I may create another one before I go to bed. I might use some of her Sorry Silk, but I may create something else. But I love this. I love it. So these are just the kind of things that I'm enjoying doing. Your creativity, there is no end. And I mean, if you're not doing these, I don't know why you wouldn't want to. But if you do, please make sure that you post them in on the Facebook group that I have, Out of the Box Creations, and let me know that you've taken an interest in these. They might not have seemed so exciting being just glued to paper or creating the foil. I don't know. I had a lot of fun doing it, but I think you guys would really, really, really enjoy just coming up with combinations of stuff. I mean, you don't have to stay with the typical. I had crushed glass. I had little pebble stones of different colors. I had mosaic stones. I had sand, actual sand. And I know I painted the base, but I didn't know how everything was going to go. And it's always good to paint your base anyway, just in case something shows through. But this is perfect for summer. You know, it really is. And then I had this Charm Me little lockets, inclusion sets, and you can put these inside of different jewelry things. But I used them for the starfish, the little flip-flops, the little tree, the shell, and the sand dollar. I know I have a beautiful starfish somewhere, a real starfish, and a real conch shell somewhere, but I don't have time to dig it out. You know, it'll just have to be for another project. When I find them, I'll pull them out and try to do another one. But these little laminates came in perfect for this project. And if you notice, I switched from the wood because my original thought was a clock and a wooden clock. That's why I went with the wood. But in the end, I'm not going to move this, but I showed it to you on the back. It looked more sandy, more sand color on the back, and I thought it would be better with the thought process of Sands of Time. And when I thought of Sands of Time, I really took that to the level with sand and time. And I got those sands, the sand and the crushed glass and the pebbles, all from Dollar Tree. The only thing I didn't get from Dollar Tree was the mosaic pebbles. And I might throw a little extra of those in there because I really like those colors. But they kept rolling off my desk because my truck's not level. And the only thing I have left is once this dries, I will also put a tag little thing on it. I don't know what you call it, a tassel of whatever. I may even make it a hanger. I don't know. But anyways, there you go. I hope you liked it. I hope you enjoyed this video. If I get off here and I decide I make another one, I'll show it at the end. But this was a lot of fun, and I hope you join in. Out of the Box Creations, a Roland Studio affiliate Facebook group. I'm sorry, I'm tired. That's my Facebook group. Make sure if you try these, please tag me, give me a shout out. Put it in the Facebook group. If you do a YouTube video, give me a shout out. Let me know that you're following me in this process, and I'm going to tell you, if you're not, you're missing out on a lot of fun. Don't forget, there was the jewels, and this isn't even the beginning. This is just a beginning of what the jewels are to come. And I dropped one, that's why I don't have the fourth one. But I've got so many other ideas that I want to work with this stuff on. So don't hold back. Go to your Dollar Tree, get your glass stones. If you don't have any and you can't find any, PM me. Maybe we can work something out. I don't know, but I'll do what I can to help. I'm always in the truck, so it would take forever for me to get them to you, but I certainly would try if that's what you needed. But anyway, I'm gonna let you guys go. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial and this venture, this journey with me, and just stick with me, because I got other stuff in my mind. I can't create fast enough. I have to work, and I'm a working girl, so I can't get to what I want to do fast enough. I have all kinds of paper projects. I have something else cooking in the back of my mind that I'm prepping for after I get done with my bulk series of the glass gems, and we'll just go from there. So I hope you join me. I'm gonna let this one still dry under the little fan, and I'll see you next time. Bye. Don't forget to subscribe, like, comment, and share. I would appreciate it. And I'm trying to reach my 1,000, so come on guys, subscribe to me. Thank you. Bye bye.